Edward Mosely always wanted to be a doctor. After graduating from medical school, he decided to practice in the community where he grew up, and he believed that his skills as a surgeon, his knowledge of acupuncture, his love of sports medicine, his commitment to people, and his own creativity could best be served if he started his own business. So Dr. Edward Mosely opened the Uplift Medical Center.
I never remember a time in my life when I didn't want to be a doctor. And after I finished medical school, it was just a matter of deciding how I wanted to develop my skills. I'm the type of individual that in order for the best part of me to come out, my creativity, I had to work for myself. I thought I would be more productive working for myself rather than working under someone who would guide me along the lines of what they felt was best and not what was best for me. One of the key ingredients toward being successful is having a high level of self-esteem, which will lead to a high level of productivity. And I could not imagine, with the skills I possess, not being successful, so I marched forward. I had borrowed a considerable amount of money, and when I started in this building, I was the only physician here, no obvious source of patients. But I knew a journey of 1,000 miles began with a single step. So I got started, and by constantly concentrating on providing good quality care, I was able to attract patients and other physicians to assist me in my mission. We never had a formal opening per se. One day the occupancy license was in effect, and they said I could legally open the doors, and I came over and got started, and it was as simple as that.
Why did you open the Uplift Medical Center in this particular area?
The reason I opened my business in this area is because it's my home. It's where I grew up. And this is a predominantly black area, really all black area. And one of the problems here has been neglect. It's an area where people find it easy to ignore the needs of the people. And in order for you to have growth in a community, the people that are the most educated have to stay in the community. As I stated earlier, this was something that I just always wanted to do. Once I got out of medical school, I wanted to get started in the community in which I grew up. We never had what could be considered an outstanding health care package for the community, and this was my motive. People like Jesse Jackson are very important on the national and international scene, but there's also a requirement for people like myself to work at the grassroots level to provide health care for the black community, provide health care for the disadvantaged. And even though the community where this building is not one that most people would think would be conducive toward high financial returns, just based on hard work, cooperation, input from other people, I've been able to attract people not only from this area, but from all over the country that have come for different services. Someone like Sugar Ray Leonard is one of my patients, and he comes all the way from Potomac, Maryland to see me, and he passes a lot of people along the way. But as I am with everyone, I'm very sincere.
Are you in the business of doctoring or the doctoring business?
There is a difference, but I'm in the business of doctoring, or I am a doctor. It is my life. It is as essential to me as the exchange of oxygen. The difference between being a business person and being a doctor is that if you're just a pure business person, you can make decisions based on the nickels and dimes of the matter. If you have a product to sell and you have someone that wants to purchase it, if they don't have money, you can just out and out refuse to let them have the product. Whereas you have someone that presents to you with exsanguinating hemorrhaging and they don't have any source of income, you have to deal with that problem, and money is a secondary issue. But on the other side, particularly when you're in private practice like myself, if you just see people that can't afford to pay you, then the banker will close you down. So you have to make that delicate mixture of compassion and humility and love and mix it with sound business judgment. But the prevailing wind should be to take care of your patients with no concern whatsoever for the monetary aspects of it. I would say that it doesn't matter how much you know, but how much you care. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care about them. And once people find out that you're very sincere in what you're doing, that you prepare yourself, I think you'll be successful. If your body came with a maintenance manual, it would recommend maintenance care at Uplift Medical Center.